wanazuoni waliokuwa wema na hali ya Mtume sallam walikuwa wakimwomba Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, masalafu wema waliotangulia miezi 6.
Na unapojiandaa katika kuingia katika mwezi wa Ramadhan, basi kama Waislamu tunapaswa kuhakikisha kuwa tumefanya mazoezi ya kufunga katika mwezi huu wa Shaaban.
Hello?
Hey, Shoya.
Are you coming back?
It won't be too long.
Is Jim being all right? Is it serious?
She has a mild concussion.
Can you drive?
Yes?
Then drive me to the hospital.
You're feeling sick?
No, I need to take care of something.
It's a big problem. Look, I was watching it just now. I really don't know which idiot uploaded the video of the shooting site online.
When we look at a generation and some people, especially the boy child, I believe there's something that we need to check out.
Like you rightfully said, a lot of us have disqualified ourselves in spaces God has been preparing us for.
It kind of shapes and puts a perception of mediocrity.
I said to myself, my experiences are my uniqueness.
Yeah.
That's my journey and that's my voice. And so I was going to be true to myself. I was not going to come to anybody's standard so that I can fit into any space.
Esteem issues will always show up because sometimes God will do things you look at and you feel like, no, God, no.
If I put it to you that ile makosa ulifanya nini niliwakataza, mambo ya boyfriend. How do you go to your boyfriend and you go to school? What is more important than
sina boyfriend?
Huyu ni mtoto wako?
No, I'm the second parent now. Yes.
Second parent, yes. Lakini hii mambo unamwambia ya hao maboyfriend ulijulia wapi?
Nilijua.
Na mbona hukufuatilia mzazi wake umwambie?
Kwa hivyo if I tell this honorable court that what you did, it was your own judgment. Ukafungia watoto nje. Will I be lying?
No.
Thank you.
Wewe ndio uliamua kufungia watoto nje wanafunzi.
Hapana, nilifuata masharti yake mheshimiwa.
Na sasa unasema yes. Kama uelewi sema sielewi.
Nikishuku yeye elewi na yeye ni principal.
Wacha nikwambie, kitu mbaya angefanyikia mmoja wao wanafunzi, hiyo kisungu yako angeisha.
Wait a minute, let me ask you.
Maswali umemaliza ya hii kesi.
The affordable housing is a key plank of the government under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Under this project, the government seeks to construct 1 million houses, both social and affordable, by the year 2027. But this initiative has not been without challenges, both political and legal.
Yes, because so far I have 140,000. Of course, the question is, but you have done 2 years. Maybe Kenya should give me the benefit of a 1 year off, because you remember, the starting was very difficult. There was a lot of negativity. There were court cases and litigation, and we had not money to get the fund. Now we have a fund, which we are calling the Housing Levy Fund.
This week on Inside Government, we are talking to Housing Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome. Our conversation will revolve around affordable houses, the challenges, the opportunities, and the way forward.
Inua Jamii, karibu nawe kwa haraka na urahisi. Kwa sasa, malipo ya Inua Jamii yanapatikana moja kwa moja kupitia simu ya mkononi. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako kwa niaba ya Wizara ya Leba na Huduma za Jamii.
Greetings in the name of the Most High Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the positive warrior, alongside...
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest. Each and every Wednesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 TV.
Tunakuletea the biggest reggae party in 254 in a yard extra. Extra niceness of reggae music.
Extra dose of entertainment.
When the thing is nice, we
have to do it twice.
Inua Jamii, karibu nawe kwa haraka na urahisi. Kwa sasa, malipo ya Inua Jamii yanapatikana moja kwa moja kupitia simu ya mkononi. Ikiwa wewe ni mmoja wa wanaopokea fedha hizi, hakikisha laini yako ina huduma ya pesa mkononi. Iwapo huna laini ya simu ya mkononi, tembelea duka la Safaricom au ajenti wa M-Pesa aliye karibu nawe ili usajiliwe kwa ada ya shilingi 100. Inua Jamii ni mradi wa fedha wa serikali unaolenga Wakenya walio na umri wa miaka 70 na zaidi, watoto yatima na watoto wanaoishi katika mazingira magumu na watu wenye ulemavu sugu, kwa kuwapa malipo ya kila mwezi. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako kwa niaba ya Wizara ya Leba na Huduma za Jamii.
Eventually, the standoff between the Nairobi County and Kenya Power and Lighting Company that has lasted for the last 2 days has ended. And of course, this is after an intervention by the head of public service, Felix Koskei, who will be telling you about the details and what was discussed in that meeting.
And in addition to the ongoing clinical officers strike and that of the private hospitals, now the Kenya Medical Practitioners Dentists Union is saying that tomorrow they'll be going on strike, and this is because of what they term as unmet needs, including salaries. Details of that and plenty more of what is shaping the news tonight coming your way. Before that, the highlights.
President Ruto launches a 1.8 billion shilling Sabaki last mile project in Kilifi County.
It's unfortunate that one of the trucks tipped garbage. That was not the intention, and that is why in less than 30 minutes all that garbage was collected.
Head of Public Service Felix Koskei intervenes to bring to an end the Kenya Power versus County Government of Nairobi garbage drama. Security team appointed to search for 20 missing Turkana fishermen, allowed access into Ethiopia. And a people's liberator, Martha Karua's nudged Kenya to change to the People Liberation Party. Brian Muraru is our sign language interpreter. My name is John Jacob Kioria. You're very much welcome to the broadcast.
And I'm Doreen Arange. Let's inform you. And President William Ruto has officially launched the 1.8 billion shillings Sabaki Last Mile project in Kilifi County.
The initiative expected to benefit over 20,000 households It's part of a broader effort to improve infrastructure, drive industrial growth, and create jobs in the area.
Speaking during the inauguration of the project in Magarini sub-county, President Ruto emphasized the significance of expanding the power grid in the region, stating that the project will not only increase electricity supply, but also attract industries, hotels, and businesses to Kilifi, paving the way for economic growth.
In a major step towards boosting development in Kenya's coastal region and on day 3 of his coastal development tour, President Ruto outlined an ambitious plan to improve electricity access. He announced the construction of a transmission line connecting Mariakani to Rabai, Bomani and Malindi.
Tunajenga substation pale Rabai, alafu tunajenga substation ingine Bomani, na tunaweka transmission line ikuje mpaka ifike pale Kilifi, na itoke Kilifi ikuje Weru, na itoke Weru ifike mpaka hapa Malindi.
The president said his administration has set aside 3 billion shillings to ensure the region's power infrastructure supports both residential needs and the local economy.
Na tumekubaliana na Gideon Mungaro, gavana wenu, ya kwamba wakati tunazungusha stima pia tunaweka ile ambayo itatusaidia kwa mambo ya street lighting. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba mji huu wa Malindi na Kilifi na town zetu zingine zote zinapata umeme na tuko na mwangaza na mnaweza kuendesha ile inaitwa 24-hour economy.
President Ruto also highlighted plans to electrify rural areas like Galana Kulalu, aiming to turn the coastal region into a major food production hub.
Hapa Bura, mimi naenda kule kesho, kwa sababu hiyo Bura tuko na ekari karibu 70,000. Tunataka kuitumia kuzalisha mchele na kuzalisha chakula, kwa sababu mambo ya aibu ya njaa lazima tuiondoe katika taifa letu la Kenya. Tunaendelea kujenga ile inaitwa fish landing site ya milioni 250 hapa Kilifi. Tunajenga ingine Mkowe, tunajenga ingine Kipini, tunajenga ingine Kidongo, tunajenga ingine kule Mwaepe.
Landing site niko mahali ya kuleta boti yako. Landing site iko mahali ya kufunga boti yako iwe salama. Landing site iko mahali pa kukaa pa jamii. Landing site iko na utengezaji uwezo wa kutengeza barafu, na landing site iko na uwezo wa kutengeneza samaki ambaye ataingia kwa soko.
Accompanied by local leaders, the president reiterated the importance of collaboration, stating that the government is committed to improving livelihoods in the region.
Kufungua mradi huu leo hapa na kuona pale kwa Rahamani Mheshimiwa Rais kwamba hivi karibuni pia Chakama italetwa solar grid, Bombi, Kirepwe na huku kwengine ni kuonyesha kwamba Kilifi itaenda mbele na maendeleo kwa sababu tutakuwa na stima.
Kupitia mradi kama huu tunajua wazi kwamba safari ya kuleta viwanda sehemu hii na safari ya kuzalisha ajira kwa niaba ya vijana wetu itaanza.
Tunashukuru kwa kutuletea hii power station hapa. Kitu ambacho tunaomba kabla haijaanza kutambaa mahali kwengine, sisi tutosheke na moto hapa Sabaki.
Mheshimiwa Rais, na kuomba one of your legacy projects ndani ya Kilifi County tufanyie swala la Malindi International Airport.
Na ndio umeona wameungana na aliyekuwa mpinzani wake mkuu Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, kwa sababu siasa imekwisha na sasa timu yetu ni timu kubwa, inaitwa timu ya mapana na marefu, broad-based administration.
With over 20,000 households expected to benefit from the Sabaki Last Mile project, the initiative is set to make a significant impact on the region's economic and social development. Ben Chumba, Prime Edition.
And now the Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Barasa on Wednesday came under intense scrutiny in the Senate as lawmakers questioned the government's preparedness in implementing Taifa Care and rolling out of a social health authority.
Senators put the Cabinet Secretary on the spot over the withdrawal of private and faith-based hospitals from the Social Health Authority, the exclusion of civil servants from private healthcare facilities, and the persistent funding challenges threatening the success of the program.
The grilling came amid growing public outcry over the efficiency of SHA.
Health Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Barasa faced a tough grilling session in the Senate on Wednesday morning over the troubled rollout of the new national medical scheme.
Whose only interest with health matters is the budget allocation to your ministry. All policy-related matters are implemented at the county governments, Mr. Speaker. You can hear the kind of questions that senators are asking. Some of them is purely on account of the fact that this ministry has failed to interact with this House in the manner that it ought to be.
Senators questioned the government's preparedness to implement Taifa Care, citing funding gaps, staffing shortages, and the withdrawal of private and faith-based hospitals from the Social Health Authority.
Can the Cabinet Secretary standing here before the Senate today confirm to us that there is no family in this country that has planned a harambe for this weekend to get payment for a loved one to obtain health care, including that baby Ariana, Honorable Speaker?
Just go on record and say that as a country we were not ready for the rollout of UHC. You cannot tell the sick nation that you are putting money to build hospitals, you're looking to recruit staff. That should have happened before you rolled out UHC. So just go on record, be clear on that.
Kitui Senator Enoch Kwambua led the onslaught, accusing the government of rushing the universal healthcare coverage program without proper infrastructure and personnel. Senators further challenged the Cabinet Secretary, demanding answers on why civil servants were being turned away from private hospitals due to unpaid debts by the defunct National Health Insurance Fund.
If she's aware that civil servants are not getting treatment or denied treatment in private institutions, and now because it is because of the debts that the government owed through NHIF and SHA.
When we were closing down on NHIF to go to UHC, we had X number of facilities. At the time of rolling out, we had increased the number from X to X plus 1,000. We had X number of doctors. We increased the number from X to X plus 20,000. Those are the figures that are expected. Not literature, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
In response, Dr. Barasa assured senators that the Health Ministry was in talks with the National Treasury and other government agencies to settle outstanding dues owed to private and faith-based health facilities.
Human resource for health, again, it's a journey. Once we have our health financing, once our patients are being seen, once the products are reaching to the facility, then the resources continue to accrue, then we can have even more human resources coming in and again supporting us in the implementation of UHC.
Senators also poked holes into the new benefit packages under the Social Health Authority. For Prime Edition, I'm Gladys Mungai.
Still on that health bit, doctors working in public health facilities in Nairobi County are now threatening to down their tools this Thursday.
According to the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union, KMPDU Nairobi branch chairperson, that is Deogratius Milo, the strike is in response to the failure of a county government to meet a raft of demands, among them salaries.
Milo lamented that the factors have significantly incapacitated doctors in the county to effectively deliver quality medical care to patients.
A week after Doctors Union KMPDU issued a 30-day strike notice to the Ministry of Health to settle the payment and posting of medical interns, doctors in Nairobi County have formally resolved to down their tools starting midnight tomorrow.
Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
While issuing the strike notice today, KMPDU Nairobi branch chairman Deogratius Milo claimed that all Nairobi County doctors will boycott work due to, among others, illegal salary stoppages and dismissal.
Enough is enough. There are so many other issues. We have like doctors in Mama Lucy, consultants who have been working for 5 years without pay. You can imagine. They are all salaries. In basic salaries, over 300 million each, 4 doctors. This county doesn't care. Come Thursday, midnight, there will be no doctor in any of these hospitals. Mbagathi, Pumwani, Mama Lucy, Mama Margaret, level 3s, level 2s, level 1s, level 0s.
KMPDU is accusing the government of fueling the doctors' decision to strike over what it termed as deliberate incapacitation of their services by failing to address their concerns.
But I still want to promise you that we'll do everything within the next 72 hours. We'll do everything to make sure that we try and call off this strike. We'll do everything. But remember, the ball is not in our hands. We passed this ball to your governor 2 weeks ago. It is for him to score a goal. Not 3 goals, not 2 goals, just a goal. The goal of prioritizing health in this county.
Should the Nairobi doctors make through their threat, the health sector could plunge into a crisis following the decision by the rural and private hospital decision to suspend services offered under the Social Health Authority share. Joseph Ohungu for Prime Edition.
Time for us to take our first breather on Prime Edition. We're coming back with more news.
Kupitia star 570 hash tunakupa nafasi ya kuchomoka na this beautiful Mazda Demio. Let's check out the amazing features. Enjoy a beautiful, clean, semi-leather interior, low mileage, touchscreen and a reverse cam, fuel-efficient 1300cc engine, great for personal use and business. It has a blind spot monitor, parking sensor, and smart brake support. Ukikaribia any obstacle unapata alert. Ukitaka kujishindia gari hii, kucheza ni rahisi sana. Chukua simu yako, bonyeza star 570 hash, chagua option 3. And for only 35 shillings, hii gari inaweza kuwa yako. Kumbuka kucheza mara kadhaa because the more you play, the higher chances of wewe kuwa mshindi.
Kuna Mungu mbinguni. Thank you Jesus. Mungu ni mwema, asante Mungu. Ile nitakuwa naendesha hivi.
Uber ama personal car. Huu mwaka inuka na Lotomoto. Dial star 570 hash and make this dream car yours.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
The affordable housing is a key plank of the government under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Under this project, the government seeks to construct 1 million houses, both social and affordable, by the year 2027. But this initiative has not been without challenges, both political and legal.
Yes, because so far I have 140,000. Of course, the question is, but you have done 2 years. Maybe Kenya should give me the benefit of a 1 year off, because you remember, the starting was very difficult. There was a lot of negativity. There were court cases and litigation, and we had not money to get the fund. Now we have a fund, which we are calling the Housing Levy Fund.
This week on Inside Government, we are talking to Housing Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome. Our conversation will revolve around affordable houses, the challenges, the opportunities, and the way forward. Watch the conversation.
Welcome back. Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja has dismissed the garbage dumping incident at Kenya Power and Lightning Company headquarters at Steamer Plaza in Ngara, Nairobi, as unfortunate incident that is being dealt with internally.
Addressing the press outside the City Hall, the county boss declared a truce between the county government and the Kenya Power Company after a fruitful meeting with the Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi and the Head of Public Service, Felix Koskei.
Following this incident that elicited a mixture of reactions online and offline, the county government of Nairobi has come out to declare a truce in a dispute between itself and the Kenya Power and Lighting Company. Governor Johnson Sakaja clearing the air on the dumping of garbage outside Steamer Plaza in Ngara, Nairobi.
It was of course unfortunate that one of the trucks tipped garbage. That was not the intention. And that is why in less than 30 minutes, all that garbage was collected. That is not how Nairobi County operates. and our own action will be dealt with internally.
Sakaja further said the issue of pending bills has persisted over the years, with the county government claiming 4.9 billion shillings from the electricity distributor, which on the hand seeks 3 billion shillings from the county.
Those commercial disputes, us saying you owe us this, them saying you owe us this, are going to be resolved between myself and the Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum.
Sakaja, while regretting the garbage dumping incident, said the county government had the authority to take action against the utility firm.
Some of these actions include removal of county services and also include, clamping a building. And I think you've seen it before, where the county government has come and taken over a building or prevented access to premises, so that matter is resolved.
Meanwhile, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has directed the Committee on Administration and National Security to summon the Inspector General of Police to get to the bottom of the tussle between Nairobi County Government and Kenya Power. He said the events publicized criminal behavior by the Nairobi County Government against Kenya Power. Following the truce, the garbage trucks were moved from Steamer Plaza and water connectivity restored at the KPLC offices. Yusufar reporting for Prime Edition.
Meanwhile, stakeholders in the disability sector want swift action taken to address critical financial gaps in disability programs.
As the discussions continue at the Global Disability Mini Summit, experts warn that with insufficient funding, hundreds of persons with disabilities will continue to face barriers in employment, healthcare and education if the status quo remains. Policymakers, civil society organizations and key players in the disability sector converged in Nairobi today to chart the way forward on the prevailing challenges facing persons with disabilities. It is here that they urge the government and financial institutions to take steps in bridging the funding gap.
Our aim is to formulate the 2025 commitments, exchange best practices, and tackle the existing gaps in the execution of disability inclusion policies, upholding the principle of nothing about us without us.
What we want to continue to do is to advocate for inclusion.
Meanwhile, the Principal Secretary for Social Protection and Senior Citizens Affairs, Joseph Motari, said the Disability Amendment Bill 2023 is now in its final stages.
It has since considered it and passed it. We are only waiting for the presidential assent.
62,000 PWDs are already onboarded in the Inua Jamii program. The Ministry of Labour and Social Protection hopes to include more people as beneficiaries.
The Inua Jamii Cash Transfer Program has expanded to over 1.7 million beneficiaries, with 62,669 persons with severe disability currently enrolled.
The Global Disability Mini Summit is a precursor to the Global Disability Summit set to take place in April 2025 in Berlin, Germany. The Kenyan team searching for over 20 fishermen who went missing following an attack at Todonyang village near Lake Turkana in Turkana County has been allowed access to Ethiopia.
According to the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, the team has already accessed the area of the incident and is searching for the missing persons and 15 boats.
Todonyang village in Turkana County is still reeling from Saturday's attack, said to have been carried out by members of the Dasanech militia from neighboring Ethiopia, leading to the disappearance of over 20 Kenyan fishermen. On Monday, Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, who toured Todonyang village, formed a team led by the regional commissioner to negotiate with the Ethiopian authorities to facilitate access to the Ethiopian side.
Ambao wajapatikana nimepatia orders regional commissioner wetu hapa. Mmeona regional commissioner wako hapa, tumekuja na yeye anatengeneza team kutoka kesho, wakiongozwa na county commissioner, wataenda kuingia pale kuongea na ile serikali ya upande ule mpaka tukubaliane watu wetu ambao wamepotea wapatikane.
According to the cabinet secretary, diplomatic discussions in Nairobi between Kenyan and Ethiopian officials bore fruit on Tuesday evening, allowing the Kenyan team to search for the missing persons. On Wednesday, the Kenyan contingent working with the Ethiopian counterparts is said to have started the search efforts. The government has called for calm while assuring the public that efforts are ongoing to restore normalcy and account for all missing persons. Nancy Okware, Prime Edition.
Jet A1, cheza aviator bila data bila credo. Dial *892# for instant takeoff. Pepea bila pressure kucrash au kucash out. Aviator bila data, aviator bila credo. Uko na kabambe, wewe pia ni rubani mnoma. Dial *892#. Jet A1, michezobet.com. Cheza kwa kuwajibika. Kushiriki ni miaka 18 au zaidi. BCLB license number 0000664.
Welcome back. You're watching the Prime Edition, and the Court of Appeal has set Friday, the 21st of March, 2025 as the date to deliver its ruling on whether to stay the High Court's decision declaring Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition as the majority party in the National Assembly.
This is after National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, through lawyers Elisha Ongoya, urged the court to suspend the decision rendered early this month.
National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, through lawyer Elisha Ongoya, urged the court to suspend the decision, citing parliamentary confusion and concerns over post-election coalitions altering the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission declaration. However, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition's lawyer Kibe Mungai opposed the stay, arguing that Wetangula was in contempt of court and that granting the application will amount to judicial immunity. The Court of Appeal will rule on March 21st on whether to suspend the High Court's decision declaring Azimio as the majority party. Speaker Moses Wetangula argues for a stay, while Azimio lawyers opposes it, citing contempt of court. Separately, former Migori Governor Okoth Obado has been directed to defend himself against murder charges in the killing of his university student Sharon Otieno. Trial Judge Justice Cecilia Gidua ruled that Obado has a case to answer and set the defense hearing from Wednesday 23rd to Friday 25th April 2025. He is represented by Senior Counsel Kioko Kilukumi and Roger Sagana. Meanwhile, in the lower court of Milimani, a senior manager at a Nairobi-based printing firm, Chekati Narashima Rao, was charged with theft and forgery involving over 254 million shillings. The prosecution termed Rao a flight risk, but the court granted him a bond of 10 million shillings with a condition to surrender his passport.
The amount in question being 254,461,768, which I believe is a substantial amount to warrant the review of the earlier bond terms. This being said, the accused person's bond terms are hereby reviewed to the effect that the accused person is granted a bond of 10 million with a similar surety of the same amount, or a cash bail of 3 million with 2 Kenyan sureties to give a personal recognizance of a similar amount. Pending the determination of the application by the council for the accused person dated the 13th of January 2025, the accused person's passport will also remain deposited in court.
The case will be mentioned on Wednesday, 12th March 2025. Finally, a Kiambu court has granted investigating officers from Kihara Directorate of Criminal Investigation Office 21 days to detain a woman and her mother-in-law as investigation into the murder of her 4-year-old son continue.
Hatujaweza kuwa na habari kamili ya ni nani alikuwa na mtoto dakika za mwisho mpaka ile wakati mwili wa mtoto uliweza kupatikana kichakani.
Appearing before Kiambu's resident magistrate Nilian Wambui, the investigating officer David Ngechu told the court Ian Misingi's mutilated body was found in a thicket in Gashie 8 days after his disappearance.
Naona pia hakujaweza kuwa na ripoti yoyote kwa kituo chochote cha polisi kuhusiana na kupotea kwa huyo mtoto.
Granted 21 days to hold both respondents at Kihara Police Station, mentioned on the 19th of March before court number 7.
The pre-trial is scheduled for 19th March 2025. Letua Debra for Prime Edition.
Now, the National Rainbow Coalition Kenya party leader Martha Karua is set to unveil a new political outfit dubbed People's Liberation Party on Thursday.
Rebranding is ahead of a new coalition said to be in the works by opposition political figures in the country in preparation for the 2027 general elections.
Now, Kenya was formed after Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga's allies split following the defeat of the constitutional amendment referendum in 2005.
The political landscape and realignments now appear to be slowly taking shape as new parties are said to be in the offing while others begin to emerge. In a statement, Martha Karua on Wednesday announced plans to drop National Rainbow Coalition Kenya and unveil People's Liberation Party ahead of the 2027 polls.
Kwa mujibu wa sheria, mila na desturi za Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Now Kenya goes way back to 2005 when it split from the initial National Rainbow Coalition after President Mwai Kibaki-led government was defeated in the referendum to amend the constitution.
Appealing to each one of you to get involved on this campaign, on the process of electing leadership in Kenya, from the ward representative to the CEO of this corporation called Kenya, which is the position I seek from you as fellow compatriots.
It then became Karua's political vehicle in the 2013 presidential election, where she lost to President Uhuru Kenyatta's TNA.
Wakenya oye! Wakenya oye!
Now Kenya was again instrumental in the 2022 elections when Karua penned an agreement with the Azimio coalition to become Raila Odinga's running mate in their defeated quest for the country's top job against William Ruto.
The selection of a running mate and a deputy president designate is one of the most important decisions a presidential candidate has to make. Hello?
Unveiling the new party registered at the office of the Registrar of Political Parties in March 2025, Karua is yet again keen to be at the center stage of a stab at the presidency in 2027. Wiper's Kalonzo Musyoka is among the political figures expected to grace the event. Give us Minor Prime Edition.
Over 2,000 residents of Sindo in Homa Bay County will now easily access government services after the local Huduma Center launched the Huduma Mashinani initiative.
The program is expected to play a critical role in bridging the service delivery gap in the remote areas and provide essential government services conveniently and efficiently.
These and other stories in our County News Roundup.
The Huduma Mashinani outreach program will provide various services, including birth registration, issuance of new generation health cards, and replacement of national identification cards, among other services.
We also saw it wise that through Mashinani, we can bring Huduma services to Sindo. I think Sindo is one of the farthest parts of Homa Bay County.
These services should be at this level throughout. It means that if they could build another Huduma Center down here, then our people will be helped. So many people are ignorant of where they can get these services.
In Kiambu, the county government held an interdenominational prayer meeting during which Governor Kimani Wamatangi condemned internal wrangles.
Decided to lock out politics out of Kiambu until 2027. So that's what we can have something to show our people after you elect a government. We're able to say this is what we did.
Elsewhere, a 6-month-long exhibition celebrating the life and legacy of Pio Gama Pinto, the first Kenyan politician to be assassination independence, has been unveiled at the Meru Museum in Meru County. Speaking during the launch of the event, Meru Museum Senior Curator Wambui Mwangi emphasized the importance of the exhibition in showcasing Pinto's dedication to the liberation movement.
We are launching this exhibition today to create awareness
to the people, to bring them on board, to learn about the freedom fighters, because it's unfortunate most of us know freedom fighters just from the gamer community, but today we're having one and only Kioria Pinto, who was an Indian.
Elsewhere, Othaya Member of Parliament Wambugu Wainaina has urged his constituents to fully embrace education as the foundation for a brighter future.
Lakini wakati nishaguliwa nikawa na foundation inaitwa hapo Wainaina Foundation, na nikasema wajua kama umeenda kwa urban areas kama kwa town centers huwezi kujua huko ndani iko namna gani.
Finally, the Kenya Wildlife Service, in partnership with the State Department of Wildlife and other key stakeholders, has concluded the wildlife census in the Tsavo ecosystem. The exercise, which ran for 7 days, aims to establish the population of wild animals, including elephants. The results of the census are expected to be released in June this year. For Prime Edition, I am Teresa Mutai.
On our weekly features, cinemas and theatre, tonight we center our focus on Threads of Trust, a stage play that addresses universal themes of trust, forgiveness, and the complexity of modern relationships.
Jacqueline Masharia reviews the play.
Directed by Martin Abuya, the play Threads of Trust follows the journey of Adam and Maya, a couple mere days from their dream wedding, when a series of cryptic text messages sows doubt and confusion.
Why did you not just call? Why did you just call? Do you know the trouble you put me in?
Adam, I did call. You were not picking up your phone.
As misunderstandings escalate, their respective families and friends, each with their own strong opinions, eagerly jump in to help. The result? A spiraling web of hilarious chaos that tests the couple's bond in unexpected ways.
No. What is it with you and Esther? What is it? What is it with you and Esther? Do you know Esther better than I do?
Well, guys, you know, Esther is harmless again.
Set in a minimalist yet innovative split stage design, the play seamlessly portrays simultaneous events in two households.
To me, honestly, Brian seems like the kind of guy who would go and push a door that is clearly written pull. Yes, I can just go.
Compose and show Maya that you are a changed man. That is it. Yeah. Change is you and you is change. In fact, I am going to tell her that those messages came from an old disgruntled ex.
Immersing viewers in the parallel experiences of the protagonist and their loved ones.
Me, how I get into character is by trying to channel someone. So I had already identified someone from society, someone in another shoe that I wanted to channel, and that's been helping me to prepare as well. Having a backstory about the character, just so it's not just the lines, it's who is the character beyond the stage. What do they do? Where do they live? Why are they the way they are? Yeah, so those are some of the things that helped me prepare.
I owe you one.
You do.
I owe you. Thank you so much. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Valentine's is useless. And so are you.
Through clever dialogue and vibrant characters, the play addresses universal themes of trust, forgiveness, and the complexity of modern relationship.
Understand this guy. Okay, wait a minute. In this whole affair, who is cooking? Apparently him. Oh my God.
It is probably that Brian who even taught Adam how to pee in the shower. It is him. Pretending he has wisdom to share.
It's a humorous yet poignant reminder that love, though imperfect, is always worth fighting for.
All you have to do is be very careful, tactical, and clueless. And don't forget that evil woman. She can wipe the floor with you, my friend.
Jacqueline Masharia for Cinemas and Theatre.
Inuka na Loto Moto sasa kwa star 570 hash option ya 4 kuna kashamba juja na nika 50 by 100 worth 1.7 million Kenyan shillings. Na hii si shamba tu, iko kwa prime location few minutes from Juja Town. Stima yako iko ndani na kama ni development rapid and so promising. Na mambo ya landlord mwisho wa mwanzo ni hapa. Ukishinda hili shamba tunakuongeza 1 million Kenyan shillings ujijengee nyumba yako kwa shamba yako. Kuinuka na Loto Moto ni kucheza sasa hivi kupitia star 570 hash option ya 4 au register deposit na ucheze sasa hivi kwa www.tushinde.com na ujishindie shamba hili na addition of 1 million Kenyan shillings. Inuka na Loto Moto.
I'll take you through the day's business news. My name is Wairi Mujenga. Affordable houses in Tezo Housing Project in Kilifi County will be complete by April next year. President William Ruto says the 2.5 billion shillings housing project will employ 1,000 youths in Kilifi County, urging the youth to have relevant skills set to take advantage of the project and gain employment.
President William Ruto has officially launched the Tezo Affordable Housing Project in Kilifi, the largest housing project at the coast. The project comprises of 1,000 housing units spread across a 5-acre site. Ruto says the 2.5 billion shillings project will be complete by April next year.
Hapa katika mji wenu wa Tezo tunajenga nyumba 1,000 hapa kwenu hapa. Na hizo nyumba ni nyumba zenu.
The housing project is set to provide employment to 1,000 youths from the county. The initiative is expected to spur demand for locally sourced building materials, including sand, cement, and ballast.
Vijana 1,000 hapa. Wale ambao ni electricians, plumbers, carpenters, masons, engineers, quantity surveyors, architects, watu wa mkono, watu wa steel fixers, kila mtu kuna kazi yenu hapa, mkuje mjipange na hiyo kazi yenu.
The Tezo Housing Project is among 3 other projects set to be launched by the President this week. Benson Rioba reporting for Prime Edition.
Agriculture Ministry has placed a moratorium on the import of wheat, directing millers to purchase the produce held by farmers. Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe says there are 400,000 bags of wheat held by farmers and that the government will only lift the moratorium to cater for the deficit. Millers will buy the wheat at a set price of 5,300 shillings per bag.
There have been demonstrations by farmers in Narok, Nakuru, Uasin Gishu and Timau over the poor prices paid by millers. Leaders from wheat-growing regions have been agitating for better wheat prices as prices plummet due to a market glut.
Ni lazima hiyo ngano inunuliwe within 1 week. Wale millers ambao wanalete ngano pali pengine wawachane na hiyo ngano mpaka kwanza wanunue ngano ambayo tayari tuko nayo kwa maso yetu. Na hiyo tayari tumekubaliana nao within 1 week. Hiyo ngano yote itolewe bila kuchelewa kwa sababu mvua ndio hii na wakulima wetu wengi wanao hawana pahali ya kuweka hiyo ngano.
After a meeting with millers and farmers, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has directed millers to mop up all wheat held by local farmers before importing additional grain to fill the deficit. Millers will purchase wheat from farmers at a minimum price of 5,300 shillings for grade 1 and 5,200 shillings for grade 2. Kagwe says farmers are currently holding 400,000 bags of wheat, and the Agriculture and Food Authority will release C60 import licenses for the 21 millers under the Cereal Millers Association once all the bags are purchased. Benson Rioba reporting for Prime Edition.
Well, the government has been challenged to fast-track the adoption of the Tourism Amendment Bill 2024 that seeks to provide a guiding tool aimed at popularizing key attraction sites in the country. The move will feature the establishment of a tourism research institute that will work to increase investments in supporting both local and international tourist sites.
Kenya received 2.4 million foreign tourists in 2024, marking the highest number of international arrivals for the country. If adopted, the bill includes amendments to the National Tourism Policy and Tourism Act of 2024 that will see counties soon benefit from a larger share of the MICE revenue to boost the sector's earnings.
We have taken it upon ourselves to start marketing this county vigorously because we believe that once we get tourism here, we get tourists here, we have two advantages. One, it will improve the local economy by creating employment for young people. It is going to create money for traders. And number two, it is also going to help to create employment for especially the youth. And that's why if you go into this workshop, you are going to find that most of the people we have invited are young people so that they can understand the importance of tourism, the importance of being players. You know, it is diverse.
Once established, the Tourism Research Institute will be responsible for undertaking research on disaster management, impacts and mitigation, as well as adaptive strategies to climate change, whose insights will impact tourism management.
We have issues regarding the marketing. We have come up with issues regarding the tourism standards. We have put in policy measures whereby we are suggesting ways and means in how to improve our sector in terms of regulations, in terms of infrastructural development, in terms of training of the human resources. So the entire documents are going to encompass all the spheres in the tourism sector.
The government says it is also tapping into newer avenues of tourism, such as health and wellness, that have been feted as an upcoming revenue earner within the sector. The bill is currently undergoing public participation, with the government saying it will incorporate the growing demands of the sector. Ndutamokami for Prime Edition.
Businesses have been urged to adopt ethical practices in their use of artificial intelligence to combat the growing threat of misinformation. Speakers during the 2025 Africa Media Festival, led by Baraza Media Lab Executive Director Maurice Allo, says the AI tools becomes more sophisticated. Their misuse could lead to the spread of false narratives, manipulation of public opinion, and erosion of trust in online platforms.
Tech executives, policymakers, and data scientists are converging in Nairobi for this year's Africa Media Festival, which has focused on the use and impact of emerging technologies like AI in businesses. Experts emphasize the need for businesses to be vigilant about the potential risks posed by AI-powered systems, particularly in areas like content generation, social media, and advertising.
We need to run towards it, to understand it, but also I would say as long as we keep our fundamentals of ethics in mind, our fundamentals of what our intention is as media in reporting and doing our work, we can have that be our foundation when we are actually working or learning AI.
Baraza Media Lab Executive Director Maurice Allo says businesses must ensure that their AI systems are designed to prioritize truth, accuracy, and fairness.
A lot of ethical issues around AI itself. You know, garbage in, garbage out. So AI is fed with data that was scraped from newsrooms or scraped off the internet, right? And if it's not representative, first of all, of the larger population that you have in Kenya or in the continent, then you'll not get that information distilled. So that means we have to also work to create more content so that you can get real content that you can use.
Frederick Muki for Prime Edition.
We put a cap on business news tonight. I hand you over now to Bernard Okumu with the day's sports. My name is Doreen Mujenga. Have a good night.
Jet A1. Cheza Aviator bila data bila credo. Dial *892# for instant takeoff. Pepea bila pressure kucrash au kucash out. Aviator bila data. Aviator bila credo. Uko na kabambe? Wewe pia ni rubani mnoma. Dial *892#. Jet A1. michezobet.com. Cheza kwa kuwajibika. Kushiriki ni miaka 18 au zaidi. BCLB license number 0000664.
Hello?
Hey, Shoya. Are you coming back?
It won't be too long.
Is Jim being all right? Is it serious?
She has a mild concussion.
Can you drive?
Yes.
Then drive me to the hospital.
You're feeling sick?
No, I need to take care of something.
It's a big problem. Look, I was watching it just now. I really don't know which idiot uploaded the video of the shooting site online.
Yes, indeed, and we begin with the great news from SUS. Welcome to Channel on Sports. I'm Bernardo Kumu, where the national women's soccer team Harambee Starlets qualified for the second round of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers after beating Tunisia by 1-0 during their first round return leg encounter played today in SUS, Tunisia. Now Kenya scored the lone goal through Triza Engesha in the 3rd minute. Tunisia's effort of finding an equalizer mounted to none and missed 2 penalty kicks in each half. Harambee Starlets goalkeeper Lilian Awor, who plies her trade in Romania, was the player of the match after saving the 2 penalties to keep Kenya into the game. Kenya and Tunisia had battled to a barren draw during the first leg played last Friday at Ulinzi Complex here in Nairobi. Following the win, Starlets will now face Gambia in the final round of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Kenya is bidding to return to the continental showpiece for the first time since making the debut at the 2016 edition. And still on matters soccer, the Confederation of Africa Football CAF held a high-level consultative meeting in Kampala, Uganda, bringing together key stakeholders from the 3 CHAN 2024 co-hosting nations, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. The meeting assessed progress on hosting preparations following a series of CAF inspection visits, with Kenya's review conducted on 22nd to 23rd of February, Uganda on 25th to 26th February, and Tanzania scheduled for 27th to 28th of this month.
The discussions focused on finalizing the hosting agreement, securing government guarantees, structuring local organizing committees, and addressing governance issues involving CAF, hosts government, LOCs, and national federations. Kenya's delegation was led by Principal Secretary for Sports Engineer Peter Tum, who also chairs the Regional Technical Committee for CHAN 2024 and AFCON 2027. Discussions focused on facilitating the seamless movement of funds and CAF officials across the 3 host nations. The meeting brought together ministers and principal secretaries for sport, presidents and general secretaries of football federations, presidents of local organizing committees, and chairpersons of infrastructure committees from the 3 host nations.
Even as we undertake the planning, the issues to do with payment of the hosting fee, we've cleared. Each country now is going to organize to do the payment. The preparation in our stadia also have been confirmed because we have had assessments from CAF in Kenya and Uganda, and they have told us that we are good to go.
All 3 countries have different laws in as far as immigration matters are concerned, but jointly our technical committee chaired by the Permanent Secretary of Kenya will be able to work with these colleagues to ensure that we have seamless travel of funds both in and out of the 3 countries Fortunately also we have all three airlines, Air Tanzania, Kenya Airline, Uganda Airlines, operating within the skies of East Africa.
In the case of East Africa, we have a joint passport, the East African passport, delivered in each respective country, but ordinary citizens on the borders can be allowed to travel with special traveling documents. But these are matters which are technical, and I'm sure they'll be taken care of.
With all key agreements in place, focus now shifts on finalizing operational planning, enhancing infrastructure readiness, and strengthening regional coordination ahead of CHAN 2024 in August.
That's the progress on co-hosting of the CHAN. Now to Kenyan football, where the planned Mashemeji derby between FC Leopards and Gor Mahia, which was scheduled to be played this Sunday, has been postponed due to unavailability of playing venue. Meanwhile, Tusk FC failed to move to the top of the Football Kenya Federation Premier League standings after being held to a 1-0 draw by Shabana in a midweek tie played at Machakos County Stadium. A last-gasp equalizer handed Tusk at the crucial point after Shabana had taken the lead in the 32nd minute through Keith Imbali. Following the draw, Tusker remained second on the log with 40 points, a point adrift of leaders Kenya Police FC, while Shabana moves to 8th place with 30 points. In another result, Mathare United and KCB shared the spoils after playing to 1-0 draw at SportPesa Arena in Murang'a. KCB, who led the league for the better part of the season, now lie 4th with 36 points, while Mathare United, the 2008 champions, are placed 12th with 26 points.
Amevalishwa kofia. Wow, machopare. Chopa ya Keith Imbali the magician. Wow.
Elsewhere, 5 outstanding players of the National Super League side Darajani Gogo FC have been rewarded for their contribution to the team's upward performance in the league this season. Now Gogo is currently 4th on the NSL with 33 points, just 8 points behind leaders Nairobi United with the game in hand as they fight for promotion to FKF next season.
Darajani Gogo FC have recorded 10 wins in 19 National Super League matches this season and have closed the gap between them and leaders Nairobi United to just 8 points, but leaders United have played a game more. They have only lost 6 matches, and that exemplary performance have led to the team's best players being recognized today afternoon in Nairobi. Brian Wepo was recognized for being the best defender for the team in the first half of the season, in addition to scoring 1 goal and assisting 7 others. Lenny Ochieng was named the best midfielder of the team this season. Paul Odhiambo received the Outstanding Player Award. Veron Ombima was named the top scorer with 12 goals, while Captain Hubeib Ali was named the most valuable player of the team.
When we started as an organization, the Kenya Red Cross, getting interested in supporting sports activities within the informal settlements among underprivileged young men and women, we're interested in not just providing sponsorship for football, and that's why I say it's what we're doing today and what we've done for the last 6 years is not supporting a football team. It's supporting a community, it's supporting opportunities, it's supporting a journey for people to develop their talent.
Football in Kenya is very, very expensive. You all know that. Actually, it costs us about 12 million per year to just run Darajani Gogo, minimum 10. But the true budget is around 14 million, mainly because that I'm talking about the National Super League, because there are teams, we have 20 teams compared to KPL, which has 18 teams. We actually travel more all over the country compared to KPL, because KPL has most of the teams in Nairobi.
Having finished 8th 2 seasons ago and 6th last season, Darajani Gogo's main objective is to finish in the top 3 should they miss out on promotion to the Premier League next season, but have vowed to play in the Kenya's top flight in the 2026-2027 season.
Our aim for this year is to go to KPL. And next year when Daktari is ready, we'll go to Champions League and play Continental. So our journey for 10 years is still on to play KPL. So with the guys behind me, I am sure we can get to KPL.
Happy to support the Gogo, and we are willing to support 100%, because football always very good and we're happy to support.
The team also received more than 6 million shillings in sponsorship from their sponsors, among them the Kenya Red Cross and Freedom Airline. Darajani Gogo's next assignment is a game against Muhoroni Youth on the 1st of March.
And now to darts, where Kenyan darts player Peter Oshori will play in Group C of the Modest Darts Series after finishing 5th in Group A with 10 points after the opening 3 days of the competition in Portsmouth, England. Oshori on Wednesday won 4 legs to 2 against Donish Water of the Netherlands and 4-1 against Dutchwoman Noaline van Leeuwen. He, however, lost 1-4 to Colin Osborne of England, 2-4 to American Leonard Gates and 2-4 to Northern Irishman Barry Copeland to close this phase of the competition with 10 points. Oshori will play in Group C on Thursday evening and Friday morning in the race for a place in Saturday's final. And to the four-wheelers now, where Martin Shesk will miss the WRC Safari Rally Kenya in March and Rally Islas Canarias in Spain in April, despite producing one of his best performances at Rally Sweden mid this month. Shesk believes his top 6 finish at Rally Sweden provided a crucial confidence boost as he gears up for the Vodafone Rally de Portugal in May. He did not also compete at the opening round of Rally Monte Carlo in January, but he is 8th on the championship standings with 8 points. Shesk, who has only competed once in Rally de Portugal, stormed to victory in the junior WRC category in 2021, edging out current Toyota Gazoo racing driver Sami Pajari. Well, and that's it from the sports desk. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bernardo Kumo. Enjoy your evening.
Time for us now to put a cap on Prime Edition. It's been a roller coaster of 1 hour.
Has it?
Yeah.
Let's exit this stage.
Absolutely.
Yes, sit ground for the normal programming of the night. This has been Prime Edition. Appreciate you so much for making time for us tonight. I'm Doreen Arange.
And my name is John Jacob. Kioria Brian Muraru was a sign language interpreter. Good night. God bless.
Kupitia star 570 hash tunakupa nafasi ya kuchomoka na this beautiful Mazda Demio. Let's check out the amazing features. Enjoy a beautiful clean semi-leather interior, low mileage, touchscreen and a reverse cam, fuel-efficient 1300cc engine, great for personal use and business. It has a blind spot monitor, parking sensor and smart brake support. Ukikaribia any obstacle unapata alert. Ukitaka kujishindia gari hii, kucheza ni rahisi sana. Chukua simu yako, bonyeza star 570 hash, chagua option 3. And for only 35 shillings, hii gari inaweza kuwa yako. Kumbuka kucheza mara kadhaa because the more you play, the higher chances of wewe kuwa mshindi.
Kuna Mungu mbinguni. Thank you Jesus. Mungu ni mwema, asante Mungu. Ile nitakuwa naendesha hivi.
Uber ama personal car. Huu mwaka inuka na Lotomoto. Dial star 570 hash and make this dream car yours.
Cheza Lotomoto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
Pindi tunapowasha vifaa vyetu,
tunapata fursa ya kutangamana na wasikilizaji wetu.
Karibu sana thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Rwĩga.
Tunapeperusha utangazaji uliobobea katika habari,
nĩ ũndũ wa macio na mangĩ maingĩ,
burudani,
aha nĩ harĩa tũkoragwo tũkĩigua nyĩmbo mwaki nyĩmbo hota
na hamasisho la kiroho. Usiachwe nyuma. Jiunge nasi kwa safari ya kufana katika 99.5 FM. Shoro FM.
From the bliss of new beginnings to the trials of commitment, this is a celebration of resilience, passion, and the power of togetherness. Join us as we unravel real-life stories, because every journey deserves to be cherished, for better, for worse, on KBC Channel 1.
If I put it to you that ile makosa ulifanya niliwakataza, mambo ya boyfriend. How do you go to your boyfriend and you go to school? What is more important than
sina boyfriend?
Huyu ni mtoto wako?
No, I'm the second parent now. Yes.
Second parent, yes. Lakini hii mambo namwambia ya hao maboyfriend ulijulia wapi?
Nilijua,
na mbona hukufuatilia mzazi wake umwambie?
Kwa hivyo if I tell this honorable court that what you did, it was your own judgment. Ukafungia watoto nje. Will I be lying?
No.
Thank you.
Wewe ndio uliamua kufungia watoto nje wanafunzi.
Hapana,
nilifuata masharti yake mheshimiwa. Na sasa unasema yes. Kama uelewi sema sielewi.
Elewi na yeye ni principal.
Wacha nikwambie, kitu mbaya angefanyikia mmoja wao wanafunzi, hiyo kisugu yako angeisha.
Wait a minute, let me ask you.
Maswali umemaliza ya hii kesi.